Hey, how's it going? This is your boy Watson Tunes, and today I wanted to share a tip that I've been working on and learning with you, and so I hope this tip will help you. All right, so the tip today that I want to share with you is called the power of three. Again, the power of three, or sometimes I call it triple threat. So, one of the things that I've been doing as an artist is I do the power three every single day. All right, and the discipline of this is every single day. It's not, you don't take the weekends off every single day. The power three is taking 3 hours to work on something that's going to help better your life. Okay, now here's what it means. In my case, I'm going to use music terms, but in your case, I want you to apply it to whatever something like a passion of yours, okay, that is outside of your main job, okay? This has to be something that's outside your main job. Now, my main job is music, but at the same time, I have other things that I do as I'm, working hard to get the music going. I also have, side businesses and things like that I'm running too, that just to kind of help, make ends meet for my family. As I'm on the road, I'm working hard on the music. Music is my top priority, but I also, want to support my family as well and do whatever it takes. So this is the power of three. All right. So the power of three for me, I do 1 hour where I work on my music skills. So I build my music skills. Will be for me like recording music. This is me writing music. This is me working on my vocals. Okay, doing my vocal training skills. Whatever, it's the importance of this is that I'm taking 1 hour to just learn a skill and just develop my skill. All right, at whatever that I want to do. So how it's applicable to you is that I want you to find, if you can, the goal is to find something that you love doing. It could be a hobby or whatever, but work at it for at least an hour. Literally take a timer, set it for 60 minutes, and dedicate that whole hour to just working on that skill that you want to develop. Okay, so that's for me. It's writing, it's recording for at least an hour. Maybe it's writing a verse for an hour and just seeing how far I can get in this hour. Okay, I promise you, if you do this every single day, you will continue to develop that skill, and who knows, it may even become your full-time thing. So again, this tip is really for somebody that is like has a side hobby that they would love to make their full thing. So I'm going to teach you how a tip that I learned that's going to help me. So the first hour, all I'm doing is I'm working on my skill. The next one is to work on the business side of it. So what I mean by the business side is try to generate leads. So for me, the way that I do it is I work on social media. So I create videos, I edit videos. Another one is I'm emailing and I'm working on like just networking with churches, networking with clubs, networking with people that run festivals. I'm looking for things that where I can go and perform at and everything. So for yours, it would be whatever leads. Maybe your side gig. This is again is really applicable for people that want to turn your side hustle, how to turn your side hustle into kind of a full time thing, or to at least start generating more income from your side gig. Okay. The reason I'm giving you this tip is I feel that sometimes, like for me, I always thought, teaching, you might have a main job, right? And then something happens where maybe the main job that you have, you get fired from it, you resign, or you get laid off. I don't know, but the idea is that it's always good to develop a skill set off to the side that you can. This is another way that you can make money and everything. So always have a side hustle that's going to help you develop. So with using the power of three. So the first hour again, you develop your skill set in that whatever field that you want. Right? If you are doing a programmer, develop 1 hour every single day where you actually work on the skill set of programming. Maybe it's karate. I don't know. You're gonna focus 1 hour every single day where you just focus on, learning, practicing your kicks. Maybe it's to sing. You're gonna focus 1 hour every day working on your vocals, whatever skill that you want to do, and you would like to make a little bit of money off to the side. First thing is develop your skill. Okay. The second thing is learn the business aspect of it. Learn how to you can turn this thing into actually a business. And so for me, I know for music, it's constantly I'm looking for places where I can perform. I'm looking, anywhere, anywhere, churches, clubs, schools. I'm constantly trying to look for ways and where I can involve my music into the community. Get out of this studio where I'm at. I've got to put in work to be able to just keep everything going. So for me, I'm always networking with other artists. I'm looking for new opportunities to collab, all of that. And I devote 1 hour just specifically to doing that, to develop the business side of things. Typically, is you're getting leads. How do you get people? How do you increase your revenue? For your business. Okay, you're thinking about that. All right. Finally, the third thing is build your knowledge. Right. Knowledge is power only if you're able to execute on it, okay? But sometimes you can save yourself a lot of heartache by simply learning how to do what you want to do better, okay? Again, these tips are for somebody that has a passion that isn't necessarily what they do for professional, but maybe they would like to transition out of whatever they're currently doing. We all have jobs, I feel like, where we have to do these jobs to pay the bills and everything. But then there's something that we really are passionate about and we want to do. So the tips that I'm sharing with you today are if you're in that spot where you have something off to the side. For me, it was music, right? I do all sorts of weird, odd jobs. You got to pay your bills. I completely understand it. So you got to just grab a job sometimes and pay your bills. I get that. This is for you if you're in that type of environment where you're working a job, but it's not a job that you're very passionate about, and you'd like to transition out of it and begin working on, something that you are a little bit more passionate about. Okay. So these tips are intended to help you if you're in that position, and I hope that this helps you in any way. Even if maybe it's how to turn your a hobby into, or how do you turn, your passion into a I don't know, a business. How to turn your passion into a business. There you go. That's how I want to do it. How to turn your passion into a business. So the way that you're going to do it is just start with the power of three. Chances are you're working a full-time job, you got a family to support and everything, but you're passionate about something off to the side. It might be you want to sing, right? It might be you want to start your own side hustle, side business, maybe a landscaping business. I don't know what you want to do. You do, though. Okay, and this today, you're passionate about it. So today I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you with the power of 3. Okay, I'm going to give you one of the biggest ways that you can turn your passion into a business. Okay, so, all right, so for the first hour, you're building your skills at whatever hobby that you want to do or whatever passion you have. Build the skill set that is going to so that you can turn that into a business, right? So build your skill set. 2, work on the business. Work on generating leads. Figure out how you're going to move the needle forward, how to make this thing where you're making a little bit of money off of it, okay? So work on the business part. And then 3, you're going to increase your knowledge and your understanding within whatever industry that it would fit in, okay? So the example that I give you is that for me, I do the power of 3 every single day. I spend 1 hour where I work on my music skills, my vocals, I write, I do my record music, all that stuff, okay? That's 1 hour, for at least an hour. Now, I do this because I have more time and I own my own businesses. My schedules are a little bit more freer than a lot of artists and stuff. I don't work for anybody else but myself, so I have a little bit more flexible with my schedule, but I still have to, I still have a primary job, that I have, but my schedule's a little bit more flexible. But I still do my power 3, 1 hour of completely focusing on my music skills and developing my vocals, developing myself in the area of music, build my music skills, right? And that's recording music, whatever it is, recording music, writing. I am working on my vocals, doing, exercises, everything. So 1 hour of that, and then 1 hour of leads. For me, it's building our community, the Tune Squad community. I'm constantly trying to figure out how do I build, invite more people into it, get ready for the shows. things like that. I'm always constantly figuring out, how do I get the music out to more and more people? So for me, that's the business side. I got to generate more leads. Let's get more people into the part of this movement with this music. And then the third thing is the knowledge. How do I increase my knowledge? So I'm constantly looking about and researching and finding out, okay, how do I market my music better? How do I I may study, I may watch a documentary to get some inspiration, about a certain, person. And I just set a timer for an hour. Once that hour is done, you are done. Your goal is just to do it for that hour, and then so forth. And soon you could, if you have more time, you can increase it. So for instead of an hour of working on a certain thing, work for 2 hours. Do 2 hours of musical skills, then 2 hours where you're building your business, your social media content, then do 2 hours of knowledge. Okay, whichever you would want to. I would say if you're gonna, you know, if there's one of them that you gotta maybe do a little bit less of, mine would be the education, although that one's very important, but it's your execution is a lot more important. For example, building your me building my music skills, right, and building my business and getting leads, those are a heck of a lot more important than necessarily being behind a computer and just learning. But I would not underestimate the importance of every single day getting into the habit of learning something. Maybe it could be one takeaway, listen to one podcast, right? Episode for 30 minutes, learn something new. Keep a journal somewhere where you're learning new things about your business. And it's very important because the more you know, the more you're able to execute and do it with such knowledge, do it with such grace and everything. If you're somebody that's not willing to learn about something new about the business or where you would like to go, chances are you're going to stay stagnant. Things are going to change around you and you're not going to be aware. So always, always, always try to develop your skills. Don't just assume you have a 9 to 5 and that's it. You don't have to do any more than that and just show up every day. No, no, no. Keep learning, keep growing. That's how you become better and better. Okay? I hope this helped. Again, this is for someone necessarily that is trying to turn their passion into a business. All right? So if you're passionate about something, it's a hobby, maybe you want to have a side gig, these tips, the power of 3, I call it triple threat, are the easiest way. 1 hour, build your skill set on that passion. Figure out how to turn that passion into a skill that you can get paid for. Number 3, generate leads. Who are the customers? Who are the people that you're trying to serve? How can you get closer to them? How can you start building relationships with them? And third, learn. Spend an hour in each of these areas, right? And learn. Make sure you keep learning how you can turn this thing into a business, whatever area that you're lacking in. Learn, learn, learn. And that's how you can kind of cut through the edge of from just being a passion that's something you kind of like, into actually now shaping it into a business and getting leads and turning this thing into something that you can do for a living, and eventually you can leave your main job and go directly into what you want to do. I'm doing the power of 3. I do that for music because I want to although I have another business that I run, I don't see me doing that business for the rest of my life. I see myself doing music and doing movies for the rest of my life and everything. So I know that I have to use the power of 3. Do this every single day, okay? 1 hour, build your skills. 1 hour, build your business. And then 1 hour to build your knowledge, okay? Do this every single day, Monday through Sunday. It doesn't matter. Do this every single day. Set aside 3 hours every single day and do these 3 things. And you will be amazed at the result, how better you are with your craft. You will be able to turn your passion into a business, all right? Hope this helped. Love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.